This class is going to be taught both by myself and my British colleague, Chloe. I will be talking first in Chinese about the relevance of Zhuangzi and Huizi's story to our modern world. As I do that, I will be mentioning some key words and phrases in English. After that, Chloe will be discussing the whole content, but completely in English. This is going to be fantastic English listening practice. First, listen carefully for the words and phrases I mentioned, and remember, if you don't catch everything the first time, you can listen again as many times as you want. 我是你们的老朋友兰溪老师。之前的几节课，咱们通过一件小事儿引出了一个深刻的哲学问题 ：Is it truly possible to know exactly how the fish are feeling? 我们到底知不知道鱼快不快乐？在日常生活当中，我们其实很少去思考一条鱼它快不快乐。大多数人看到鱼，可能想的是什么呢？对，怎么烹饪才好吃？这个问题咱们先转换一下。屏幕前，你们猜猜，我们在这里录节目，我此时此刻紧张吗？这个问题呢，让大家来回答其实挺难的。虽然相对于鱼来说，人会说话，会用语言、表情和动作表达丰富的情感，更方便告诉别人自己的感受。但是人也是会假装的，会控制情绪 ，hold back emotions。在某时某刻表现出的自己不一定是真实的自己，人会故意的做很多其实并不愿意做的事情，会在很开心的时候表现出满脸淡定，甚至是愁容满面 sad and upset。 在这种情况下，别人就很可能关注不到你的内心世界。关注不到用英语怎么说？ fail to notice 当然可以，后面 Chloe 老师会带来另外一个词 oblivious， 意思是未察觉的。所以我们不可能知道看上去开心的外表 happy exterior 里面隐藏着怎样的情绪。我们在初学英语的时候会学到这样的一个对话 How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine too. 这应该是大多数中国人都能耳熟能详的。于是有一次在美国的一名中国留学生发生了严重的交通事故，受了重伤。警察跑过去问了一句 How are you? 学生出于语言学习的惯性回答说 I'm fine, thank you. 警察听完就走了，差点酿成惨剧。无数的例子告诉我们要尽量的避免通过某几句话或者某些行为就对其他人进行判断，甚至是做决策。这也是惠子的观点。在那个年代，惠子就已经跳出了主观评价的圈子，展现出对于未知的敬畏。敬畏这个词我们在前面课程学过，复习一遍 reverence。 联系到现代社会，我们每天都会做出各种各样的决策，工作上的决策，生活上的决策，而这篇小故事带给我们是在评价和决策上的一些反思。The fascinating story brings us some reflections on our daily decision making。 我们对于一个人的判断往往只是基于我们自己主观的印象，人是主观的人，所以会很难控制的给其他人贴上标签。We would label other people like 某某很勤奋，某某很聪明，某某擅长英语，某某不受人待见。而这些标签所寄予的往往很可能只是一两个小细节，或是语言，或是动作。那庄子是不是也给这群鱼贴上了快乐的标签呢？或许是，或许不是。但是庄子这个判断绝非是出于一时兴起，也并非一看到鱼儿在那儿游动就立马觉得哇，这一刻他们很快乐。根据上节课咱们学到的知识，庄子早已经把自己和大自然完全融入一体 ，He merged himself with nature， 尊重大自然的山川河流、花鸟鱼虫。Towards mountains and rivers, birds and beasts, he felt reverence。而且觉得大自然的一切都能和自己产生情感交流 He could share his emotions。 庄子和大自然如此亲近，那他对水中的鱼儿肯定也是相当熟悉了。虽然惠子一直在强调没有一个人可以准确的知道其他人是怎么想的，但是 当一个人长期生活在某一个特定的环境里的时候 ，merge into another environment， 无论是自然环境还是文化环境，那么他对于周围的事物的判断，即使谈不上完全正确，往往也相对来说会更加准确。所以，对待世间万物，我们可以学习庄子，去融入，去了解，或者也可以学习惠子，不片面下定论。
Hello, thank you for joining me in today's discussion. I hope you're well. Today I would like to focus on the story that you've been learning about in your last few classes, Zhuangzi and the enjoyment of fish. In the story, Zhuangzi and Huizi discuss whether it's truly possible to know exactly how another person is feeling. This is a very difficult question to answer. From the viewpoint of Huizi, one could agree that there is never a time when you can absolutely understand what another person is thinking or feeling. There have been many occasions where I have sincerely smiled and answered that I'm good or fine, when in fact I've been feeling rather sad or anxious or upset on that day. I told the person I was fine because I didn't want to burden them with my downward mood. And the friend was oblivious to how I was truly feeling. How could they ever know? They aren't me, and they cannot get inside my mind. This was the argument that Huizi was making. I would like you to pause the video for a few minutes and take some time to write down a similar experience that you might have had. Have you ever held back your true emotions when a friend has asked if you are feeling okay? How about a very close friend or relative? If they know you deeply, would it be possible to see through your happy exterior? Thank you for taking the time to reflect on your own experiences. What do you think? Is it possible that if they are so close to you, that they might be able to understand you better and know how you are feeling? Zhuangzi studied nature deeply. He regarded the animals, birds and trees as his kinfolk. He claimed that he understood nature because they shared his feelings and emotions. Do any of you have a pet or a baby in the family? Please think about a time when you have been able to read your pet's signals and have been able to understand what it is thinking. Or have you understood the baby from the mumbled sounds that it makes? When you share your surroundings with something or someone for a long time, eventually you will be able to start to understand it more. This was Zhuangzi's argument. He believed that by studying the fish for so long, he was able to know how happy they were. I would like you to pause the video for a moment and take some time to think about an experience you have had where you were able to understand another person or group of people by immersing yourself in their environment. If you cannot think of an experience, perhaps you could think about a culture that you don't understand or know a lot about, but would really like to. Thank you for your thoughts and ideas. I would like to share with you my thoughts on this. I grew up in the UK and, like most children, I tended to have very similar views to those of my parents. However, as I grew older, I realised that not everybody thought and felt like I did. I wanted to experience a new way of thinking. I met new friends who came from all over the world, and their life experiences were fascinating. But their views on politics, current events and everyday living were so very different that it could often spark friendly debates between the group. One friend once said to me, "You will never truly understand a person's beliefs or experiences until you surround yourself with their way of life." This is actually one of the reasons I decided to live in China. so I could understand people from such a different culture. Thank you for listening to today's lesson. Take care, and I will see you soon.